Let's review the zoom tool and the navigation option for some of you beginners. Both of these are very important tools that you will use when you're editing any sort of photo. They both do pretty different things as well, so we're going to review what exactly they do and you can decide what is best for you. So we're going to start with the navigator, and if you don't have your navigator window, you can just go to Windows and Navigator, and that'll pop up. You might have to resize it, but this is pretty intuitive. You have a percentage down here of how far you're zoomed in, and you can either zoom in or zoom out. And this red box indicates what you are seeing in your editor panel. And you can click and drag that around as you see fit. So if we zoom in really far, we can just kind of get really accurate with that. And that comes in handy. I actually really like using the navigator tool myself. Another thing to do is to select your zoom tool on your toolbar. And you can do that by hitting your Z key, and the reason I'm going to press the keyboard shortcuts is because it really speeds up your editing and makes it pretty precise. If you don't have that as your keyboard shortcut, go to Edit, Keyboard Shortcuts, and if you select Tools, yours is probably on like Application Menus, but if you select Tools, you can scroll down and you have all of your tools and all the shortcuts that they have. The Zoom tool under Z, I would keep that just because it makes sense, and if it's not under Z, you can just click on it and hit your Z key and then hit OK. So obviously you can just click over wherever you would want to and it zooms you in. To zoom out, you just hold in your Alt key and click, and it reverses the action. What's really interesting about using this tool instead of the navigator is that you can get extremely precise within the action that you're taking, instead of zooming in and then having to move your little red box to wherever you want. You can actually just click and create a selection of where you want to be zoomed in, and it'll take you there. However, there's another really cool option called Scrubby Zoom, and it'll be up here on your options panel, and you need to have that checked in. If you cannot use that option, go to Edit, Preferences, and Performance, and make sure that Use Graphics Processor is checked, and that will enable this feature for you. But what's really neat about it is that it uses less movement, and it moves to a point directly. So if I wanted to move somewhere around where his pupil may be, I just click and I move my mouse slightly to the right. This movement needs to be very subtle, because if you move, and it may seem like a small movement, but if you just move your hand maybe even a few centimeters, you're going to be looking at pixels and you're like, well, what is going on here? So keep that in mind. But if you just want to move to a certain point, click, move to the right, and if you want to zoom out, click, move to the left. And when you get the hang of doing different key combinations and flying through your tools, that'll come in handy. Anyway, I suggest that you figure out what is best for you, whether it's the navigator or the zoom tool itself. Both of them are really unique and very powerful and extremely important when you're editing.